nothing coming from you. You don't smell like you're blessed. And so what he says was, he says, you feel like Esau, but you don't smell like.
But you don't.
And so, you know, he didn't argue too much with it because he brought in the food and he felt them and kissed me, son, kiss me. And when he kissed them, he felt them, and now he blesses them. Now here comes Esau. Esau looking, why you shout? Why you rejoicing? And he says, because I'm blessed. Now he goes to daddy, and now he wants to complain that Jacob got the blessing. Jesus. And he says to him, and the word says he called him a supplanter, which means a crooked one who steals illegally something that's not his. So he said, isn't he Jacob the supplanter? Now he didn't fool me once, but he fooled me twice. But when I got to think about this thing, he said, when I begin to look at this, Apostle, I said, he didn't fool you. He actually, you legally gave it to him. He said, sell me your birthright. And you sold it to him. And now that you a clown one time, and the devil don't beat you out your game once, now you will never come back and beat you out of the same thing twice. You better look at the devil and tell the devil you ain't getting me 2 times. Come on, hit somebody. You got me 1 time, shame on you.
That's right.
Get me again, shame on me. Amen. Come on up in here. And so what he says to him, he says, why can you give me another blessing? And the daddy says, I cannot bless you because the blessing was already given to Jacob. And what God is simply saying tonight, that you got to watch, first of all, who you're connected to. Because your enemy will strip you and rob you of your blessing. Yes, do I have anybody up in here that's going to watch what you're connected to from now on? Sometimes God's saying tonight that you got to learn how to just break and cut some things loose. Do I got anybody up in here that's ready to start shaking some things off of your life? You got to learn how to just start looking at things and cutting stuff off. Because everybody that says I'm richer, I'm not richer. You got to learn how that everybody that says I'm for you is not for you. Some folk are just there just to get what they can. And the moment that they drain you dry, now they're on their way gone. Some folk will drain your spirit. They will call you and ask you to pray for them, labor over them, fast for them. And while you praying, laboring and fasting, they somewhere at the Golden Corral, stomping their face, eating getting food. They don't have no chance of giving God some praise. Some people come to the house of God looking like they're going through something, smelling like they're going through something, acting like they're going through something. But just because they want you to pray for them, always coming to you, Sister Lisa, and talking about pray my strength in the Lord. But when you gonna pray for me? I ain't got no help up in here. Sometimes you got to learn how to pray for yourself. Can I get somebody in here that'll touch your neighbor and say pray for your own self? I don't got anybody in here and say that you prayed for me long enough, and now it's time for me to pay back what I owe. It's time for me to pray for you. God says I came that you may have life, and that more abundantly. Do you ever stop and think if God would have knew what he was really going through?